What up guys, I'm Jonas, I'm here at Skate Pro. Today we're going to test and review the new Tilt Formula deck. So as you see, I've already had a little head start. I've been riding the deck like a few times, so I already know a little bit about it, but I'm going to the local skate park next door. I'm going to do 3 tricks for you all to see. There's going to be something in the bowl, in the big jump box section, and also in the street section. So we're going to get that well-rounded test and review of this deck. So, first trick is going to be a 50 over the hip here. It sounds pretty simple, but I'm gonna keep the grind going for as long as possible. And I mean, I've done this with other decks, but this one should make it easier to stay on the coping for a little bit longer. So that's what we're going to test. So I'm definitely gonna do a few, but I won't be satisfied until I get a proper long slide. So let's go. Was actually quite good. That's longer than I would expect, but let's try and do one even longer and maybe even go through the curve and onto the spine. Yes, there we go. I'll take that. Let's go onto the next trick instead of me just keep trying. That might take half an hour, 1 hour to get it. I'm not gonna spend all that energy on that, so let's head on. So I'm not going to be the person who is deciding if you should wear a helmet or not. Normally, I don't really use it. However, when I'm like kinda testing my limits, especially on the big ramps in the park section, I'm gonna wear it. So keep that in mind. It's all up to yourself. Normally I wouldn't, but I feel a little bit insecure here, so it's a good idea. Let's go. So how should we test this size here? Obviously this size of deck is not going to be optimal for many tail whips. There's definitely more stability and cruise control, let's call it that. So I'm definitely just gonna float around and kind of show that you can still ride a park with this deck. Let's go to the street section, which is where we're standing now, but let's focus on that. I'm gonna play around a little bit, and then we'll do a trick. Now we're starting to test my capabilities for real, but I'll have to come up with something that's a little bit creative, a little bit cool, and something that tests the width of the deck. So some hard way fakey 50 kind of deal I'll do on the flat box there, like, right, why not? Every fakey 50 is scary. And every fakey 50 will be made easier with a wider deck, especially with this one, where I'm going like the hard way up, and then locking in, like that extra width just helps so much because there's nothing worse than missing it, and then you go back like that. And that's what we try to avoid. And we do that by riding a wide deck, but yeah, so that's why. That's what I mean. That's why we want the wide decks, obviously. I hella missed it. And that's what happens when you lean too much that way, you know? So it's about finding that perfect middle ground, which I didn't find. So I guess I have to try again. That was the try right after. So it worked out. That was the fakey 50. But that was 3 tricks and kind of trying to showcase what this beauty can do. I guess I'll just do, since we're here, like do a few more tricks for your pleasure, and then we'll go back to the studio. But I'm gonna embrace my full park rider, and I'm gonna send a finger whip just once. One more. No more. I'm gonna do my favorite jib here in this section. The nollie bonkers is what I call it, because it's a bonk with the front nollie. So that's what we're gonna do. Since I didn't land the finger whip, I'm gonna land a bri. I have to do a bri flip. I don't know if it was 180 bri, but it was definitely a bri, and that's what I promised, so there we go. So we've been doing 3 different tricks and fooling around, obviously. Just gonna talk briefly about those 3 tricks. So first was the 50 grind around the corner. Here you can definitely see a wide deck basically come to its full potential. So normally on a corner like that, if you have a narrow deck, you would just like slip out of the grind as soon as you hit the corner. But with this wide one, you get the ability to lock in much better, which allows you to grind around the corner without slipping out and going back into the ramp. So with that one, it's pretty clear why a wide deck helps you do that kind of tricks. So we went to the park section as well. It's obvious that I'm no park rider, but I still think you managed to see how the deck actually works for all kinds of riding. Like me doing a 180 bri flip is super rare. I was able to do it first try, and that just kind of, it shows that if you have the ability to do that kind of tricks, you will definitely be able to do it on this one as well. If I can, you can. And finally, we went to the street section, did a few jibs where the extra width really comes into play. You basically have more deck to hit stuff with, hit random objects. That's what I like. And also I showed you the hard way fakie 50 grind where I missed the ledge, fell on my butt, and that shows why a wider deck, like the wider you go, the least chance there is for you to do what I did. So a wider deck allows you to lock into those fakie 50s easier. It's really nice. If you want a deck like this one, check out the link to the Skate Pro website. It's in the video description. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit that little notification bell so you get the notification next time we post something like this. And I mean, stay safe, have a good day. Peace.